Hi, it is Mary Jo from Mary Jo's Creations. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. How's everybody doing? We are still continuing to make squares. And hopefully they will all be finished by the end of this video. You think? Maybe? Hopefully? I don't know. But we're going to try. That I guarantee you. We are going to try. So, last night, I finished almost all of the squares that I had started for the love blanket. There's only 2 left. This one, which is almost finished, and, oh no, wait. This one I finished this morning, right before I had an appointment, so a therapy appointment. So when I finished, I did this before that, and I didn't want to turn the camera on. And now I'm working on this one. I only have this round to finish, and then this square is done. And today I did take out 5 squares and lay them across, and still a little too short. It won't hang over. It'll just cover the top of my bed, and I don't want that. So we're going to try, once I finish this, we are going to try and see if we can get 7 more squares. Now, I don't have a lot of colors left. Of the original colors that were used from the very beginning, all I have left is hot pink, red, and white. I do have, then if you remember, we did introduce the purple. So I do have a few purples left. Now, if you recall, I think that the only colors that I'm going to have enough of to do the border is going to be this purple here and the lilac. I don't even have, I have 1 skein of hot pink that I'm using now. Well, it's done with these squares because I'm done with these squares, but like I believe this is a whole skein. I think I only used a little bit of it. But we have this skein. So we're going to use it to make some of the 7 squares. And I think we do have enough yarn here, right here, to do the 7 squares. And then I was thinking that what I might do is just, instead of putting them all together with 1 color, I'll start with probably the hot pink and just use whatever colors I have and make it truly a scrappy blanket. Like, connect as much of it as I can with 1 color and then tie on another color and keep going. And then, you know, just keep going that way. Go from the hot pink to one of the purples, and then use, you know, whatever purple is, whether it's going to be this dark purple or the lilac, then, you know, do the border in whatever color is left. I might do like hot pink and then the light purple, and then do the outline in the dark purple, and then do the trim in the light purple. I don't know. Honestly, I kind of didn't want to make any more squares, but I wanted to fit my bed. So in order for it to fit my bed and go over this, you know, like go down the sides, it needs to be bigger. 7 squares, 6, wow. 5 squares across is not enough. It needs to be 6. So in order to do that, we need to create 7 more squares. So that's what we're going to be doing. Hopefully today we can get those finished. And I mean, it's already a late day, so this video might go into tomorrow, and tomorrow I do have a doctor's appointment, so I'm so tired of doctor's appointments. You know, I'm not going to have a lot of time, maybe like an hour in the morning, and then whenever I come back from the doctor, and you know, I get very tired, so I don't know if how much I will be able to get done, but that's why this video might go until tomorrow, because, like I said, it's already late in the day. It is 5:45, and I'm hoping that I can get the other squares done rather quickly, but we will see. So I'm going to get working on it. This one is done. And I'm going to go get started on the other ones. So now, officially, all of the squares that I started are done. This is the last one. Now, some of them are not my favorite, but I think that once I put the whole blanket together, you'll get the feeling and you'll get the vibe, you know? So, the colors that I have to work with right now are what's left of this, pink, this purple, although I have more of this inside, red, and white. But the red, I don't think I'm going to use this. Because I have more than enough red in the squares already. The only thing I'm going to use this for is maybe one square on the outside. Because we only have 5 of those. So maybe we can do one more, and then the rest, who knows. But I might do white, hot pink, this purple, and then red. Or you know what? I'm not even going to do it. I don't feel it. I'm not feeling it. There's more than enough red in those squares, and I don't think I want to. So I'm going to leave this aside. And if I need it, it's over there. But I don't think I'm going to need it. So we're going to work with these colors here. And then when I run out of, like I said, this purple and this purple, I have a lot of. I don't want to use it all because I do want to have some for future projects, but we are going to see what we're going to do. And like I said, we need 7 more squares, so we're just going to get to work. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different colors. So so there's going to be 2 squares that are going to have the same color on the inside. Which one? I don't know yet. I'm trying to find the center. This is the outside pool. I mean, this is all I have left. Oh, okay, so I guess this would be... All right. So, like I said, we are going to try and get 7 more done today. But this time, we're going to do full-on squares. I'm not going to, like, do them piece by piece like I was doing. Sometimes that's okay. Sometimes that's what I feel like doing. But for some reason right now, that's not what I feel like doing. What I feel like doing is just completing a square. So that's what I'm going to do. And that's going to be the vibe for today. So this square, I'm going to start with white in the center. And I'm just going to grab what I feel. And that's how we're going to make these. And hopefully, I can get maybe all 7 of them done today. Oh, and also, I'll show it to you later, but I was also working on kind of like a headband. And I think I'm almost done with it. All I have to do is the strap on one side. I did the strap on one side. I have to do the strap on the other side. And we're done. So I might finish that in a little bit. But I'm going to go work on this square. I don't know what color I want to add next. What did I do? I don't know. So we have this one that's going to be white. I don't know which one I'm going to do 2 of in the center. Most likely it's going to be like the purples, because I already have quite a lot of centers with white and pink. And, you know, I don't know if I want to do, you know, maybe just like I said, 1 of each. Or, I don't know. We will find out. And I don't know how many rounds this is going to be, but I have a feeling like to keep going for a little bit. I do still have to clean up my workroom, and I might take you with me when I do that. But I am going to work on these squares, and I'll be right back. Hey guys. Okay, it is late, and I'm getting ready to get ready for sleep, but I wanted to show you what I've done today because I was working. I don't know. I would forget to turn on the camera, and I'm just tired, and I wasn't feeling too well, so I just decided to crochet. But I'm going to show you everything that I've done. So tonight, or today rather, we were able to finish the last 2 squares that were originally for the blanket. So I don't know if I had mentioned it earlier, but I did lay out 5 squares going across my bed, and it was a little short. Even with the 5 9-round squares, it wasn't gonna be enough to like go over the sides of the bed. So I decided that once I finish these 2, I decided that I'm gonna make 7 more. That being said, I finished 1, 2, 3 more. And I just did the center. I wasn't going to do it at first, but I'm very limited with colors right now. Literally, like, the only colors I have left are, and I really didn't want to use red for these last few squares. The only colors I have left are, well, I have a part of that one. Lilac. What is this? Grape. Hot pink. And white. I do have more white in the room if I need it, but this might be like all I need right now. And I'm actually going, I don't know, I might work on a few more squares, but I'm really tired, so I don't think so. I think that's going to be it for the night. But I did finish 2 more skeins today. I finished the purple, which was this color here. And I finished the grape, which is this color here. This is a brand new skein that I just started. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish these squares. And I do have quite a bit of hot pink left. Hopefully, you know, these last few squares, I might not have hot pink in all of them, but hopefully I won't use that much, and I'm going to use whatever's left to connect as much of the blanket as I can, and then if I'm done with this one finishes, then I'll grab either, you know, a purple, either the light purple or the dark purple. Most likely it'll be the light purple first. And then I'll do the half double crochet border in the grape and then do the single crochet around it in this. So by tomorrow, we should hopefully finish these 2 skeins of yarn. They should be finished with the rest of the squares. So I did 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I need 4 more. And that's what I have here. I have this one. I have 1 in pink. I have 1 in purple and 1 in grape. Now, this one is small because this is literally all that was left. And I was going to add it to the outside because I think, no. Did I? I don't know. I thought I had, no. I have it over here, but not on the outside. But I didn't have, I knew I wasn't going to have enough to go on the outside. So I added it here, right there, and it wasn't going to be enough to go around the whole way. So I cut it off, and that's when I added the grape, and the little bit that was left, I just decided to do a center square. So that's all the yarn that I had left. And these 3. Now, like I said, I'm going to add white to at least one of these, or maybe 2 in different places, like, you know, depending on how much of this I have left and what this is going to give me. But that's what I have left, what I've done. And I also was trying to do something different. and I want to kind of do a bandana. But this is my first attempt, but I'm going to fix it because I do like the width of it here, like in the center. I like that, but I don't like it like when it goes around. Hold on, my hair's a mess. When it goes around, I don't like how it kind of sticks up a little bit. So what I'm thinking is, so it's kind of like a bandana, right? Except it's not V-shaped. And it just goes around. And I think that it just sticks up a little bit over here, which I don't like. Now, I can always pin it, or, you know, if I put my hair down, it'll go over that. But what I'm thinking is I'm going to do another one, and I'm gonna like round it off. So it's gonna end up being kind of like, I'm gonna decrease when I do the ends. I mean, if I want, I can always pinch this and sew it. I just realized that if I want to do that to this one, I can, just so that I can wear it, so I can sew it like that, right? But when I remake it, which might be tomorrow, I don't know, I can decrease it on the ends, so that way it'll be like this. But I like it. I think I like it. I like it a lot. And I might try to make one with one less round of the granny stitch. It's just a granny rectangle. That's all it is. I just did a granny rectangle and went around a bunch of times. And I really do like the way it came out. Again, it might be a little bit too wide for me, but I am going to try one that, like I said, with just one less round and decrease on the sides, so we can have that kind of like, pointy shape at the ends. But I like how long it is, right? It's the perfect length. And I didn't have to, I don't like them when they're really long, so I like that it's just a little bit. And I forgot to do this. I might sew these ends in on this one. I'm not sure. I have to think about it. But I do like that shape. So, tomorrow, like I said, tomorrow I might, depending on what I'm doing or how I'm feeling, I might make another one, because I do have to edit one more video that I already have finished. And this one, like I said, I think I said earlier, this one might be more than one day. Hold on. Okay, this one might be more than one day because, again, I am very tired and I really wasn't feeling well today. So I didn't get, you know, as much as I wanted done. But, and I was going to say, I thought I was going to be finished with the blanket and finished with all the squares for the love blanket. But I kind of did, like, whatever was done, whatever was planned out, I did. I just decided that I wanted to add another row to the width. So, you know, I had to make 7 more squares. And, you know, lucky enough, I was able to finish 3 more, and at least 3 more, and did the centers for the rest of them. And, you know, I think that's good, especially for a day when I'm not feeling too well. So, I don't think I did bad. I did one headband, one full headband. And I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more squares. Now, again, you know, tomorrow, and I'm going to put these with the rest of them. Tomorrow, I have a doctor's appointment. So I'm going to try and check in with you in the morning because my doctor's appointment isn't until 2. So I have to leave here around 1 o'clock. And I will be taking a project with me, of course. But I don't know how much I will get done in the morning. I will try and, you know, I will try and check in with you in the morning before I get ready to leave. And hopefully, I'm hoping to get at least 1 or 2 squares done in the morning before I go. That would be great if I could get 2 squares done before I go. And hopefully, if I can finish those squares tomorrow, I can, what do you call that? Finish the squares for the secret project. And I believe we settled on 8 and 8, right? So I have these 3 done. And I have yarn that was taken from the other squares that we redid. And so I can do some more centers with this. And I also have a little bit of green. I honestly don't know. I think what I need is 3 of these and 2 more of these. I just don't know. I think it's 1 of each, 1 with a green center and 1 with a brown center. And I do have this little bit of green left, which I definitely want to use before I grab another skein of that green. And if I can get, you know, at least all the centers done and some of the squares, I can do that tomorrow. That would be great because I don't want to start attaching anything until all these freaking squares are done. And I would like to have all of this done before the end of the month, including some of the baskets that I have in the other room, which is possible. I just don't know. I do have, this week and next week, I think. But we are going to try and get done as much as possible. I think, this is really one of the hardest parts is getting all of the squares done, especially when I keep adding squares, because I wasn't planning on doing this extra project, and I wasn't planning on adding another row to the blanket. But it is what it is, right? So I added another row to the blanket, luckily those squares are almost done. 4 left. And I added another row to the special project. I added a special project. And that gives me what? I did 3 squares. And I need a total of 16. Awesome. Which means that I need 2 more of these, which is 5. 2 more rounds, which is 5 squares in total. And 3 more of these, so 8. 11 more squares that I have to do. Isn't that wonderful? Yay for me. Now, at the rate I'm going, I've been averaging about 8 squares a day for the last couple of days. That holding, tomorrow I should be able to get all of these done and, some of these done. And then all I'll have left is another, 7? I don't know. We'll figure it out. But that's it for tonight, and I will see y'all in the morning. Okay, now, I know I said I was going to go to sleep, but I picked up that green yarn, and I decided to finish it off and make the squares that I needed. Now, I do need 1 more round for these, but I ran out of green. So, I was able to do 1, 2, 3 more, and that means that all of the centers for the plain squares are done. All we have to do is build them up now. So I don't have to worry about doing any centers. I could just tie the yarn on and keep going. And it's 9 rounds. So most of these have more than 2. But this one is, I ran out. This was all that was left of whatever I was using. No. What am I talking about? It was the green ones that I was doing. That was why that one was so small. But anyway, we have this green one and this green one and this green one. We did 3 greens, which means that now, like I said, we have a total of 8. And I have 3 flower squares already done, and I had 3 centers ready to go. It was, I need 1 more in green, because I have 2 brown and 1 green done, so 2 brown with 2 more, that's 4, and 1 green, which is these 2, and I need 1 more, and that'll make 4. I'm not going to do that tonight because the green yarn is in the drawer over there, and once I get up from this spot, I'm just going to do what I have to do to get ready to go to sleep. And tomorrow I will do the center square. That's what it's looking like. We'll figure it out. But anyway, this time I will definitely see y'all in the morning. All right? I'll be back. Good morning, everybody. How y'all doing? It is the next morning, Tuesday. I don't know, 21st, I think. Last night, I don't know if I showed you, but I did sit here and finish the rest of the centers, so they're all done. I just have to work on all the centers today, and we are going to start off with the squares for the blanket. Now, I stacked up all of the squares, and I am not going to do any more of the dark purple on the outside because there's 8 of those squares. And I think the light purple, we're going to do one of those because I have 7, so might as well get it to 6, right? I keep ripping this out. I think I'm going to do some lilac on this one. And then probably some white. And then see what color is next. And we'll do the hot pink on the outside. And then that'll give us 8 squares for the outside being hot pink. And I don't want to use too much of this hot pink because I do want to still use some of it to connect as many squares as possible. So we have these 3 left, and we can do at least one more with red on the outside. And then from there, we can pick one more color, and we can, you know, I don't know what color we're going to pick, but we are going to figure that out. I do have a doctor's appointment today at 2 o'clock, which means I think I have to leave here a little bit before 1. And so I'm just going to, right now, do as many of these squares as I can before I have to start getting ready. Hopefully, I can get, I don't know, they seem to take me about 20 minutes a piece, maybe, like, if my hands cooperate. So I'm hoping that I can get at least these 4 or maybe 3 out of 4 done before I have to get ready to go. And then when I come back, I can either start working on the squares for the other project, or I can finish whatever of these squares are left. Those, I don't think that we'll be able to finish all of those today. I've been averaging about 7 to 8 squares a day, depending on how I feel. Granted, I did do a bandana yesterday, so if I'm not a bandana, like a headband, and if I hadn't done that, maybe I could have finished some more squares, but, you know, sometimes you just gotta stop and make something else. Now, when I already got my bag ready, and in my bag I did put the shawl. The first cake that I'm using is about close to being halfway done. Now, I have no idea how long this appointment is going to be. It's going to be at least a 15-20 minute car ride, and then you know, I don't know if I'm going to be waiting long or anything. So I did add another cake, although I doubt I'm going to touch it. But we will see. Hopefully I will be able to get a nice chunk done on the shawl while I'm out, which would be really lovely. I kind of wish I could take some of the squares instead, but that's just way too much yarn to carry around, you know? Especially since if I was to do anything, like take squares with me, I would want it to be the flowers. And that's like, what? 2 or 3 different skeins of yarn if I decide to put gold around it. So it's just way too much, and it's just better taking the shawl. I'll get some work done on the shawl, and I don't, you know, that's one project that it's all you're doing is just making it bigger, so it's an easy project to take with me, you know. But I'm gonna go work on this, and I'm not sure how many rows I'm gonna put in this one. Now this does seem to be almost done. Oh, that's what I wanted to tell you too. Last night I also finished another skein. Where did it go? Not last night, but the bandana. I finished one more skein of the peaches and cream stripey. That's what I made the bandana from. The headband. It's the same one I used for the bandana. And I think I'm on this one. I'm not going to take it apart. I'm going to leave it the way it is. But I do think that I'm going to take, I do have a little bit, like a tiny scrap left. And I think I'm going to use that to either crochet or sew the tips together on that one so that it's not sticking out. Because I don't like the way it looks. I like the width on the headband itself. But the sides, that's why I'm going to redo it. I'm going to, I don't know if I want to do it with the stripey again. I don't have cotton yarn that's thinner than that. The only other nice cotton yarn that I have is the Karen All Day Cotton. And that is like a 4-weight. That is like a true 4-weight, I think, for cotton yarn. It's thicker, and I think that might be a little too thick for bandanas or headbands. But we'll see. I don't have a lot of colors in the stripey. I think I have quite a few skeins, but not a lot of colors. But I do have one that I think I might want to try. And again, we might just do one less round. And taper it on the ends. But that's it for right now. I'm just going to work on these squares. See how far I can get. And if I get any finished, you know, whatever I get finished before I start to get ready, I'll let you see what they are. All right, guys. Okay. It is 11:10. I think I started around 10:40, 10:45. I forgot to say the time, but I finished one square. Here we go. And another skein of yarn. I gotta tell you, this project is a yarn eater. Like, I am going through yarn. I know that I'm going to have a high yarn count this month, which is awesome. And sad all at the same time, because it's awesome because it means I'm using a lot of yarn, but it's sad because I'm using a lot of yarn. And, you know, pretty soon I won't have that much left, but that's okay. It'll all work out. But there you go. It is 11:11. And I've got 3 more squares to go. I do need to take a little bit of a break, though, because I do have a really bad headache, like a pressure right above my eye. So I'm going to, it might be because I haven't had a lot of coffee yet this morning, and that always gives me a massive headache. But I'm going to work on these 3. I think I can get 1 more square done. Now, it does take me a little bit longer because these aren't very big, but we'll get through it. We might work with this one next, and this one will most likely get the red. So I did finish the skein of white, and I'm gonna go grab another one. I might have one here, but I'm gonna go grab another one because the only colors I have left are hot pink, this purple. I do have another skein of this, but this is the leftover that I have of that skein that I was using, which that'll be finished. And I have the red. Now, I need to use this just one more time to do an outside round. And I'm not sure which one I want to use this in. I might use it with the purple. But I do want some white in here, because the only colors I can use with that are these and the red, maybe the dark purple, but I can do like maybe, I think that might work. Dark purple, light purple, white, and red. I don't know if we have one like that already, but we'll see. I have to go grab a skein of white anyway, so I will be back in a little bit. Hey everybody. So, I am on the last square. And this is my last square for the love blanket. I did come back from the doctor's office a little early, but, you know, I was eating, and then I just sat down, and I kept meaning to turn on the camera and kept forgetting, because that's the story of my life. So now I'm down. This is literally the only thing I have left of this skein, this tiny little bit. Now, I only have this corner left, so I'm hoping that this is definitely going to be enough. Maybe, maybe not, but we're going to find out in just a second, right? And then I am done with the squares for the love blanket. Oh my God, I can't wait. Honestly, I just like, you know, it's been weeks that I've been working on this thing. And, you know, I thought I was done. And then I realized that I was going to need at least 5 more squares. And I just, no, 7 more squares. We added 7 squares. So it is finally done. Finally done. And I'm going to win Yarn Chicken, I think. Who knows? Sometimes it could be deceiving, right? Because you think you got a lot of yarn, but you're doing like double crochet clusters, and sometimes you think you have enough and you don't have enough. I believe I do have enough. Yay! No. We're done. So we're just... Ooh, sorry. I'm turning it around like I'm going to continue. All right. And we're going to cut this off here. And this is what we have left. So, another skein officially finished. God knows what we're going to do with that. It'll go somewhere. It'll go with the scraps. But one more skein done. I'm telling you, I'm telling you. I'm telling you. This month, I'm going to have an insane amount of yarn used. And while, yes, quite a few skeins are going to be like half skeins that were used, but when I tell you that the majority of them were full skeins, it's crazy. But that's what the last square is looking like. And I think once it's mixed with the others, it's going to look great. So the last 4 squares for the blanket that were being done today are finished. Let me grab them. Okay, so I finished all the squares. Here they go. 1, 2, 3, 4. All done. Yay, the blanket is all ready to go. Every single square for the blanket is complete. So now we have the squares for the blanket finished and the squares for the cardigan finished. The only thing we have left are the squares for the secret project. Now I'm tying on the yarn for, this is the yarn that was left over from the squares that I took apart and that I redid. And I want to use this yarn before I grab any regular skeins. I'm hoping that the yarn that I have is going to be enough because so I don't have to grab brand new skeins. I have a used skein of this brown, a bunch of already used skeins of the yellows, and then the only fresh skeins that I have are of the golden yellow. I think it's Varsity Gold. That is going to be what we're going to use for, what do you call that? The outline. And to join them. So, okay. So I'm going to work on this right now. And like I said, I'm just going to do the rounds of this that I need. I believe it's... I gotta look. I believe it's like 3 rounds of this, and then it goes into the yellow. I honestly, at this moment, can't even remember. I think the 3rd round should start the yellow. Or whatever. I mean, I can start it whenever I want because these are a little bit different. I do think, however, I'm going to... Yeah, I'm going to go work on these because these are the ones that I cannot, when it comes to these centers, I can't talk and crochet at the same time because I have to count. So, I'm going to go count these and I will be back. Hey, good morning. So, it is Wednesday. And last night, I did do quite a bit more. I don't think too much. I don't know. I don't honestly remember what the last thing I showed you was. But I finished all the green and the brown, right? I don't know if I showed you that, but I'll show you here. So I finished all of these squares. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, then 5, 6, 7, and 8. So we have all the regular squares done in the green and the brown. So they're ready to have the yellow added. And these are going to be pretty quick because they're, you know, regular granny squares. The flowers are what usually takes me a little bit, but they're actually working up kind of fast. So last night I did add yellow to the flowers. We got 1, 2, and 3. And again, I just cut the yellow off and then just finished working it up. Now, this morning, right now, I was watching something, so I didn't want to film, but I wanted to work. So we did pull out a bunch of yellow, and we worked on this. It was probably a little bit, but I don't care. I like the amount of light yellow that's on here. I have one more light yellow to do, which is this one. And then we can take the yellow and do these. I'm going to do that while I start editing this video. Because, again, I want this video to have all the squares finished. I don't want to make any more videos. I don't want to be doing these squares anymore. I want them finished. Now, it is a lot more squares than I've been finishing like up to now. I think the most squares that I've done in one day was 8, right? It's been pretty consistent. When I started feeling better, I can get up to 8 squares done. But the thing is, like, they were, I think, less done than these are. If you know what I mean. I only have to add, I think for the regular squares is 9 rounds. And for the flower squares, it's 10 rounds. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Most of these have 5 or 6 rounds already, which means I only have to add 4 to 3 rounds, which isn't a lot, and they should be done rather quickly. Now, these are only going to take, I believe, the 2 yellows, which is the pale yellow and then the varsity yellow. Wow, I think for the first time I've said the right colors. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit of a mess right now. But, and then the flower ones are going to, some of them are going to take like gold on the outside and some are not. I don't know yet. It depends. I right now have one with gold on the outside. And maybe we might do 3 and 3 because, wait, no, 4 and 4 because there's 8 squares, right? Yeah. So we might put like yellow, the golden yellow on some of these. But I think that the regular squares are only going to take the varsity yellow. But we are going to work on those. And like I said, what I'm going to do while I work on these is start editing this video, so that when I finish this video, I just have to add whatever footage is left, and it's ready to go up because I do want it to go up for tomorrow, which will be Thursday. And one of the reasons why I want to do this off camera, especially this one right here, is because I need to count. I need to pay attention on these rounds of the flowers. That's why I did most of them by myself, because I have to count. I have to count to finish the round and make sure that it's right. And only when I get up to like this point or this point, well, no, because I have to make sure I put one in every other stitch. So really, like, once I get into the clusters of the granny clusters, that's when I can, you know, chat a little. But right now, especially when it comes to like this part of the flower, I need to concentrate because I need to count. So while I do that, I'm going to start editing my video, and I will be back in just a second, guys. I promise, just a second. Okay, hey guys. I did do a few more squares. I don't know what was the last thing I showed you, but I got these two done. I'll show you all of the ones that are, and I did this one, and I think I showed you the flowers. I don't know, you'll see them all later, but I did get these done, and then I took a little break and I went to the store because my best friend, she needs, they're having a bake sale at her job, and instead of, you know, buying a cake, she asked me if I could make one because mine's just better. I make a great chocolate cake, but that's what I'm going to be making. So I'm gonna stop for a little while and I'm gonna go bake a chocolate cake, and I'll show you the cake after if y'all want to see that. I don't think you want to watch me baking a cake, but I'm going to go do that real quick. It won't take me very long to, you know, get the batter and, you know, put it in the oven, and then we can crochet while we wait for it to bake. So that's what I'm going to go do now, and I'll be right back. Okay, there's the cake. It's on my little hot pad that I made. And then, of course, I couldn't only make one chocolate cake. I had to make chocolate cake with cranberries. There you go. Now it's time to go crochet again. Okay, hey guys. Wow. I don't know why I always do that. But anyway. Alright, so my friend did pick up the cake, and I sat here and I just realized I should let you know what's going on. I'm finishing my first square, but they're all all they need is one last color. This one was the first one that I'm finishing because this one is the only one that's going to take this golden yellow. Now, my friend didn't like it. She said it looks orange. And she said that it looks like it's candy corn. But, number one, I like it. Number two, I'm not just going to have one of these. I have one that I'm not going to take apart, so I figured that I was going to do two and put one on each side. So this is the first one I'm getting done because this is the only one that's going to use this particular color yarn. And then what I might do is maybe put it into the outline. Maybe. I don't know. I know I am going to connect them all in brown. Most likely the brown that's in the center. I'm not sure yet. But I'm almost done with this one. And then we can start on all the other ones. And I will show you in just a few minutes. They are, again, all they need is one last color. Now, some of them are bigger than others. Some only need 2 rounds. Some need 3. But I figured that they're almost done, right? So I think that it'll take me about 10-15 minutes each square to finish it off for the most part. We're going to go with the big ones first, because those will be the ones that take the least amount of time, and see how many we can get done today. Hopefully, we can get all of them done today. Now, it is rather late. It is 9:21. So I don't know how much longer I'll be able to crochet for. Although today, like I said, like I did crochet in between making the cakes, but you know, today was a little bit ooh. Today was a little bit slow because, you know, I had to get that done. My yarn is caught. I hate when it gets caught like that, but I'll fix it once I finish doing this square. You know, life happens, and I couldn't sit here and do anything but crochet, so, you know, I didn't sit down as many times as I would have liked, and so I wasn't able to finish completely the flowers or the squares during the day, because, again, I think I only sat like maybe 2 or 3 times, but I actually did a lot, and I will show you in just a second. So the one, I think 2 times, maybe 3. So like maybe about 3.5 hours I worked on this today. Not a lot. And I literally just sat down a few minutes ago. So it's not like I have been doing this for, you know, a long time. This took me about maybe 10 minutes. So this one is done. I just want to pull this out. There we go. Okay, now, this is Varsity Gold. Now, she says this looks orange. But that's okay, because I used it, and I'm okay with that. Now, the flowers, we have 4 left. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5. So we need 5 rounds for this. I think did I show you these already? I might have. I don't know. And we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We need 5.5 rounds for this. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again, 4.5. I'm sorry, 4.5 rounds. And this one is more, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This one we only need 3.5 rounds. And then these are all like the same. These are all very close to being done. They need either 3 rounds, 2 rounds, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. About 3 to 3.5 rounds each, which again, I think will take me about 10-15 minutes each. So let's say 15 minutes. That means in an hour I should be able to get 4 done. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have about 3 more hours of work. If I can get them done in 10 minutes, then I can get more done, obviously. But I'm not sure. So far, this is the only one that I have completely finished. Yeah. So now, I'm going to be working with this yellow. I have a little bit left, which I want to finish. So I'm going to grab the biggest square here, which I think is this one, and see how far it's going to take me, because I might have to add on another one, right? But if I pick the biggest square, then that means that, you know, the less yarn I need. So we're trying to figure out, this one seems like it's the biggest one. We're going to start with this one. And I was going to start with the ones that were had the least amount, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to start with the largest squares, and those will get done the fastest, which means I will get more done. Quickly, and we're going to see. Hopefully, like I said, it's 9:27 right now. I'm going to sit here for probably about an hour or so and see how many I can get done. And I would really, really, really like to get all of these squares done within this video, because I don't want to be making another video about making squares. I'm tired. I want to start attaching things. And today is Wednesday. So I would really like to start connecting everything by tomorrow. And these are the only squares that I am missing. So I need to get these done as quickly as possible. Now, like I said, I did do a lot of work today because between yesterday and today, I think all of these I did. I'm losing my mind, y'all, because I can't even remember anymore. I think all the yellow I did today, which wasn't bad. And hopefully I will be able to get as many as possible done. Let's see. If it takes me anywhere to about 10 minutes or so, each one, give or take, then I should be able to get, what, six done in an hour? That would be kind of cool. And then that means that I wouldn't have that many left. Let's just take it one step at a time. I'm going to go work on this. And I will be back before the end of the night to show you what I have done. And hopefully, wishful thinking, they'll all be finished. Yeah, maybe. We'll see. You will find out in just a second, though. I'll be back, y'all. Hey guys. Okay, so it is very late and I want to go to sleep, but I wanted to show you what's done. We're almost there. We're at the finish line. I am going to finish them tomorrow morning before I close out this video. But I want to show you what we have done so far. So today we completely finished another, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 more completely done. And we have 4 left. And all they need is just 1 more color. They're about 3 to 3.5. 3 to 2.5 rounds. Except for the flowers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, they're all about 3 rounds. 3 to 2.5 rounds. So this should take me about, this took me a little bit longer because one of the flowers, one of these flowers, the count was wrong. That's why I have to be careful when I do these centers, because if the count is off by just 1, it throws everything else off. And I forget which one it was. I think it was this one that I started doing the squaring it off, right? Like I do it, squaring it off. And as I was doing that, I started to do it. I don't know which one it was, but it doesn't matter, really. As I started to do it and making the corners, I was short. I was short 1 cluster. So I had to rip it all the way down to the very beginning. All I did was leave the 12 in the center. And I redid the whole thing. If it wasn't for that, I would have probably had at least 2 more done. But it is what it is, right? So I'm thinking that tomorrow morning, I should definitely be able to finish these. Because, like I said, I want to finish these before the end of this video. So bear with me. And, well, honestly, for y'all, it'll be just like a second. But we are going to get all of these done by tomorrow. Technically, later today. And I wanted to, at the end of this video, I want to show all the squares that we've done from the start of this video till the end. And I'm hoarding a stack of squares, which is really, like, irritating me a little bit. Because I want to put them all together. But that will be for tomorrow. So I will see y'all in the morning. And I forgot, before I go, today we finished 3 more skeins. 2 of Varsity Yellow. They were partial skeins. They weren't full. Yeah, 2 of Varsity Yellow. Like I said, they were partial skeins. And a pale yellow. So 3 more skeins finished today. And we just started a brand new varsity yellow. Varsity yellow. So this one is going to finish these 8 squares. And there should be, some left over. But these are done. So that's it. I will see y'all in the morning. Good morning. It is Thursday the 23rd. Now, this is going to be the last day that I am working on these squares. They are going to get finished. This video, unfortunately, is going to go up a little bit later, but it should be ready to go. And I only have, I believe, 8 more to go. I just started on this one right here, and we are going to finish this up, and let's see how long it takes us. It is 11:07, and we are going to work on this, and hopefully I will have it all finished before, I'm hoping like before 1 o'clock, but I honestly am not sure. But I can't wait to get this finished because I can't wait to start putting everything together. So let's see how fast I can get all of these done. And I'll be right back. Okay. First one of the day. Done. It is 11:21. We're going to work on the next one. We're just picking them up. I have this stack right here. My darning needle. My stitch markers. We're going to just try to keep them. Oh, that fell. All over here. My scissors. Sorry, guys. All right. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 left. Let's see how long it takes me to do the next one. I have to fix this because I need a better way. All right. Tie on the next one. That's not going anywhere. And we're going to work on this one now. So it is 11:23, and I will be back. Oh, by the way, as I'm doing this, I am watching, what do you call it? Mission Impossible, The Final Reckoning. So I'm going to go finish this and watch a little bit more. And I will show you when I'm done. I will see you in hopefully just a few minutes. But for you, it's just a sec. What am I doing? I don't know. There we go. Okay. Now, I just want to show y'all something. Like, what I've learned so far in my journey of crocheting that I didn't realize. I thought that, like, all yarn was going to be consistent. It is not. And I'm slowly learning that, and I used to get upset about it. because I want the yarn when I mix it to be consistent, but that's not always the case, and it varies from skein to skein. And the reason why I'm saying is, like, if you see this yellow here, this yarn is so fluffy, and this yellow here is not as fluffy. I don't know if it comes off on screen, but this here came out a lot thicker than this one, and they're all big twist. And I think the last skein I used of this color was also a lot softer, but for some reason this particular skein is not, and that used to bother me because I want all of it to be, you know, nice and fluffy like the way some of it is, but that doesn't happen all the time, and you know, you got to be okay with that. But it's just funny to me how, you know, same exact yarn, but from lot to lot and color to color, it can change. And again, like this yellow yarn here, and maybe you could see it more on this one, it's so nice and fluffy. Can you see that? It's so nice and fluffy. And, you know, this one, not so much. But we're going to keep going. I'm almost there. I have I think 2 rounds left. Okay, second one done. That's number 2. 1, 2. It is 11:51. Now these, I think that those 2 were the ones that needed the most rounds. These should go by a little bit faster because they're not as small. I believe that these need the least amount of rounds, which is why I had them like set up the way that I did. These should be a lot faster. I'm gonna do, I think, 1 more, depending on how long this takes me, because I do need to take a break. And I need to eat something. And I need to have a little bit more coffee because I'm starting to get a headache. And I think that's because I haven't had enough coffee today. But this one needs 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This one only needs 1.5 rounds. So let's see how long this one takes me. It is 11:53. I'll be right back. Hey guys, another one down. It is 12:10. Another one done. So far, we're up to 3. This is the last flower. This one actually has, I think, 3 rounds. 2 rounds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, okay. So 2.5, not even. It's almost there. I just ran out of yarn. So we're going to tie this one on, and we're going to do this little bit and do the last 2 rounds, which is just a regular granny stitch because all of the, you know, other rows are done. The last 2 rows are always, you know, the fastest or the easiest because it's just a regular granny stitch. So we're just going to trim these ends right here. Oh, I'm just so excited. I can't wait. And the reason why I wanted to do these first is because these are like the hardest ones. The granny square ones are so much faster. And also, like, those have one less round, right? Because these have 2 rounds that are, like, kind of half double crochets. So, a mixture of half doubles and doubles. And so this one has an extra round to it. The regular squares only have 9 rounds. I'm going to go finish this one. We connected it. Okay, so officially there's only 2 rounds left on this one. I'm going to go work on that. I just want to put my stitch marker back in. Hold on. And after that, we only have 4 more to go. I can't wait till this is over. Okay. Now I just want to show you something. I'm on my last round. But, hold on. But do you see that, like, now it's starting to get fluffy? Like this other stuff. The texture is the same now. And that's all in the same freaking skein. This is ridiculous. And now it feels more like the way the rest of this skein feels. It's not as ropey, if that makes sense. It's a little more fluffy. And now it's like the same texture as the one below it. But I had to get like deeper into the skein. And that's just nuts, I think. But I'm almost done with this round, and then I am going to take a break. It is 12:22, and it's been about an hour, and I could feel it. But I am going to finish this square. I'm on my last round. I'll be back. All right. I am on the last few clusters of this square. And let me tell you something. I am so excited. I cannot wait to finish this because I've been working on squares and squares and squares and squares. And I just want it to be over. I just want to put these together. I want to use my blanket. I want to use everything. And I just want to put it together. Now, I am going to write this down. Probably when I'm finished with it completely. Because I don't want to take the time right now to stop, and I just want to get this over with. And at this point, like, I have it pretty much memorized. Oh, last flower square, done. Here you go. Hold on, guys. Okay, so we completed all 4 flower squares. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh my God, you have no idea how that feels. I am so, like, I just want to finish. And I'm going to say this, and, you know, you're probably going to be like, yeah, okay. But anyway, I don't ever, like, want to have all these big-ass projects at once. Now, I've said this before. You know, these blankets, they take an enormous amount of squares that I wasn't, you know, anticipating. And to get it the size that I want it, they need to be big. And then it gets to a point where I need to work on something else and not just the blanket because it's way too much of the same thing and it drives me crazy seeing the same colors and all that. So then I go and grab something else and it's just much. I think I'm going to change that a little bit for next time, but that's okay. Right now we're focusing on this. We have these two, which aren't very, they're the smallest ones out of the bunch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They each have 6 rounds that are completed. So they need 3 more. And these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this has 1 extra round already started. So it's really 2.5 rounds. So that's what we're going to work on when I come back. But right now, I need to take a break. And we will finish this off. And we will be done with square making. I can't even, like, is that real? But I will be right back, guys. Okay, guys. It is 1:36. I had lunch. And now we are going to finish these last 4 squares. Let's see how long it's going to take us. I will check ban. Wow. I've been editing this video. And I believe I'm at an hour and 30 something minutes. So I don't want it to go too much farther. So I am going to try to make these clips as short as possible. But I will show you every square when I'm done. And hopefully these will not take me as long as the other ones. Because, you know, the other ones always took a little bit longer because of the way they're constructed, right? So these are just straight up granny squares. I'm going to do the last 2 that have the most rows to go first, and then do the other 2. So I'm going to see how fast I can get this done. Like I said, it is right now 1:40. And I will get back to you as soon as I'm done with this one. And hopefully we can get these knocked out within the hour. Okay, 1 down. 3 more to go. There we go. We're going to do this one next, which is the smallest one out of the other 2, and it is 1:59. I'm just going to tie this on. All right. It is 2 o'clock on the dot. Let's see how long it takes me to do this one. Okay. 2:20. It took me 20 minutes to finish this square, which seems to be the average for like 4 to 5 rounds. I mean, 3 rounds, 3 to 4 rounds, or 3.5 to 3 rounds, 20 minutes. That's not bad. And 2 more down, and 2 more to go. These are the last 2. It is 2:22, but I am going to take a break real quick because I need to use the little girl's room. This is how much I have left of this skein. It will be enough to finish this off. How much will be left, I don't know, but whatever's left, most likely, it'll either go into the scrap bin or we'll use it for something else. I don't know. It depends. Like for something else on this project. But we do have 2 more down, 2 more to go, and we will be finishing it very quickly. I just need to take just a few minutes break. I need to get something to drink. Not that you care, or that you probably don't care and it doesn't matter, but I'm telling you anyway. But I will be back and we will finish this definitely this afternoon. And then we will do a roundup of all the squares that were done in this video. And hopefully get it uploaded by today. Maybe not, maybe tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see. But I'll be back. Okay, so I had to go get another skein because I literally finished that skein. The skein that I'm pretty sure we started last night. And I didn't use a lot. It was a corner. I hate when they're knots. I had to this is my very last skein of Varsity Yellow, and I just needed just a tiny little bit. Literally from like, where did I stop? Hold on. I can't even oh, okay. It was literally that much. That little corner. I was so upset. Oh, I lost Yarn Chicken. But thank God I had 1 skein left. Now, I don't think I'm going to use this for the project anymore. I believe everything is going to be connected and trimmed with brown and green. So at least I have this one, because I might want to put this in another project later on down the road, but this is my very last skein. So 1 more skein down, and I think we're up to like in the 20s. 20-something skeins I think I've used so far this month, and we're not done putting these things together, so God knows how many more skeins we are going to finish before the end of the month, which is next week. I did do a lot this month, though. I did the cardigan, I did, but anyway, we have officially finished all the squares for all 3 projects, and I'm so proud of myself at this moment. So let's count the squares that we finished today, right? these were the ones we finished today, right? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 squares. Oh, you have no idea how good that feels. So, these 8 squares we finished today. Let me go grab the rest of the squares and I'll show you what we did in this video. Give me 1 second. And by the way, it is 4 o'clock. 4:07, I think. So in this video, today we finished all these 8 squares. Thank God. In this video, and they're in no particular order because I frankly cannot remember. But I'm going to run through all the squares that we finished in this video. So that's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 squares, and a bandana, or a headband. Not bad, I think. Not bad at all. So, that is it for this video. Here are all of the squares. This is all of them that we did this week. This is everything that we did this week. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you stick around to see what we are going to make with all of these squares. Oh, I can't wait to see what we make with all of these squares. It is going to be so nice. Oh my God, I can't wait. But you'll have to tune in to find out, okay? So you can subscribe if you're not subscribed yet. Hit that little bell. It'll tell you when I'm on. And you can follow me on other social media. I'm going to try and post on there more often. And I'm getting to the point where I'm starting to even out. But thank you so much for stopping by. And just stay creative. Bye, guys.